EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Chicago Bears. Here's Cairo Santos now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead. And they'll move it up to the 40.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two. There's a long right. 15. Yellow.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. A nice game there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
Yellow. There's a wide right.
Again, it's Pacheco. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Hunt. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And this time he is in. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now, because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. across the 25 to the 27.
The Bears take over first and 10. And they're on the 27-yard line.
I seen a bunch of mean guys in the band at a time. Going on the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. Ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably be the reason you die trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs. Ripping on it like I'm picking a prize. Hit the crib with a collide, but really ain't tripping. We can get it right.
Looking to put a drive together.
What is up?
They'll run with the Rutgers man, Kyle Monunga. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw, Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yellow. Let's go, Rule 80. What's it?
Here's Pacheco headed right. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
At the Bears' 39-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Pacheco gets it up the gut. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Rudy once again. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kansas City.
Xavier Worthy from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Chiefs 14. Bears nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And that play stopped behind the line by a corner. Trent McDuffie getting in there. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. To throw, it's Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
To the air, Williams. There's a short one caught by Logan. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing again here, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
10 at the 20-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Powers past him, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in from the 20. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
That's the score. Chiefs 14, Bears 7.
Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, 57, college.
Mahomes now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Yellow. Eye on these two. Yellow. There's no line.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That 4th down decision, unconventional but effective, and they indeed come up now with a 1st and 10, a fresh set of downs. And again, it's Mahomes. And Mahomes will do it himself. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Working out of the gun, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears' first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run through it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Williams. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. There's a short one caught by Loveland.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up the 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Here's Monangai. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. He was held without a catch in the 1st half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Monangai. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kyle Monangai, 27 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. Dominique Robinson, the one who got in there to drop it.
9 yards. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Sunday.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes going to throw. That one caught by Rice. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. That's complete. Roma Dunze. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
What is that?
Looking to throw is Williams. He'll get this into the hands of the Dunze. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs'